Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 1. I'm gonna beat the Season 3. That's gonna be so great. I know that you guys, right now, when I'm filming, you're gonna watch, I think, the last episode, or the two last episodes of the Season 4 of the entire anime. I know that you are close to the end, when me, I'm just beginning the Season 3, but it's already great, you know, like, I really binge-watch this show really fast, in fact. Maybe you don't have this impression, but in fact, I binge-watched it really fast. I avoided all of the spoilers. I saw that Attack on Titan was on the top tweets each time. I saw Attack on Titan, I saw the title of the anime also in Japanese, and I saw also the name of Eren being on top tweet. But really, no spoilers. Like the fact that Erwin is still alive at the end of Attack on Titan, it's not a spoiler, you know, he's the main character. He's not gonna die, you know, or maybe really at the end of everything, at the end of the anime, I don't know. But for me, it was not a spoiler to see his name right there. And in fact, maybe his name was right there because he's coming back into a flashback, because in fact he died just before that, you know. It was not a spoiler to see his name right there on the top tweets, and really so far I avoided spoilers, really. I was gonna say like a queen, no, I'm not thinking of myself like that, but I did my job really well. When I know that the new episode is out, I'm not going on Twitter for at least some hours, you know, or an entire day, and after that I'm really careful with stuff. When people are beginning to talk about the show, I'm really like, no, I don't hear anything. When, you know, I'm on Instagram or stuff like that, you know, just watching stuff like that, each time that I'm seeing something about Attack on Titan, I'm like, no, shut up again. I'm avoiding it really quick. So far, so good. I'm gonna watch right there the first episode of the Season 3 and not the OVAs like I told you. I thought that I could watch the OVA about Annie, I think the one about World Sienna in 2 parts. I thought that I could watch it before the Season 3, then I could have watched 3 episodes of the Season 3 and then the OVA about Mikasa. And I asked you guys, you know, just to be sure and just to be careful to really avoid all spoilers, I asked you that on the comments of some of my videos of Attack on Titan, and also on Twitter to one of you, Denji, who already helped me during the Season 2 to know when to watch the OVAs and all of that. I was just checking with you guys and you told me, no OVAs about Lost Girls. I think that these 3 OVAs are named like that. You're not watching this one until you finished really the Season 3. Guys, really, I'm someone who is not obeying to you, not that much, but who is listening to fans. I want to watch this anime on the best conditions possible, you know, I want to avoid spoilers no matter what. So I'm okay to be focused on the anime itself, the Season 3, and after that to discover the OVAs, and I would see for myself if it was full of spoilers or not. Like, I would discover that by myself, and it's better, you know, to do it in that order to be sure to not have spoilers. I'm not sure if I'm clear with my explanations. Just to tell you that I'm not gonna watch the OVA Lost Girls until I finish the Season 3. Today I'm gonna watch 2 episodes of Attack on Titan, and I'm really excited because after what happened at the end of the Season 2, like, there are walls outside of our walls, like something else. It's going with my theory of that organization, you know, having a military base or a town outside of our town, but now they are naming our town the Wolves Society. That's how they named it. And when I say they, I mean Rainer, Bertolt and Ymir. Why not? It's going with my theory also, but I'm wondering about that still. This walls outside, it's going with my theory, with the fact that this military base, this town, they are sending us the Titans, like they did, you know, with Ymir. They punished Ymir by pushing her like that, transforming her into Titan. I still don't know how it's working, like it was an electric fire thing. That was a punishment for her, but I don't think that it was a punishment for Rainer, Bertolt and Annie. Like for them it was more something that they did willingly, like they became warriors, clever Titans, something like that. I'm still having a lot of questions and doubts about Eren, and also because of that Historia, no, Krista, for me she's Krista, she's not Historia. I still have a lot of questions and doubts about them, and for Eren, how he became a clever Titan, because they said that for now Eren doesn't remember. Does it mean that in fact he's like Ymir, you know? And it would break my heart if it's the case, because if Eren at some point is gonna learn that he was a stupid Titan, he killed people, that's gonna destroy him, I'm pretty sure of it. At least it's gonna destroy me. But for me it can't be possible, because we had him, you know, as a kid, and he grew up with Armin, and also he saw him growing up also. Like something is not working with that theory. For me it's really Dr. Yeager who made him a clever Titan, like this organization did with Rainer, Bertolt and all, and it's going with my impression that Dr. Yeager was a part of that organization but betrayed them by creating Eren to save them all. For me he did it also to Mikasa. If he did it to Eren, why not to Mikasa? Or maybe it was already the case for Mikasa before that, because she knew how to fight before her training, you know, into this camp and all of that. She already knew how to fight, like Annie, and she was with her parents, and Dr. Yeager was visiting her parents. Like, I have this impression that Mikasa was maybe raised like Annie was raised, and should have been a clever Titan like Annie, should have worked for the organization, and finally she's not working for them. Does she know it or not, Mikasa, that she's a clever Titan? For me she doesn't know it, but she's gonna discover it soon. She has to. I have this theory about Mikasa, and I have another theory about Mikasa, the fact that at some point the girl is gonna die protecting Eren, dying, sacrificing herself for Eren. Her love for Eren is really that high. That's really... I'm afraid of that. I'm not shipping these two, because I have the impression that Eren doesn't have love feelings for Mikasa, at least not love feelings like a relationship with her. It's really more a brother and sister thing for him, for Eren. I truly loved, and I even cried for that when during the last episode of the season 2 he said that he would be there no matter what for her, to protect her, to put that scarf on her no matter what. That was so sweet. But Mikasa, her thanking Eren like that, okay, it could be a brother-sister thing, like thank you for being there for me, but with her emotions and how well we know Mikasa and her feelings for Eren, it was really more a confession of her love for Eren. The guy didn't see it at all. He's the only one who is blind about Mikasa's feelings for him, or maybe he wants to be blind about it. That can be also a solution. The last episode finished with these walls being discovered. Okay, with that guy. Am I supposed to know him? Like, no. Who was on the Beast Titan? That, it's disturbing for me, because the Beast Titan for me is against this organization. Like, during the last season, he was targeting Rainer, Bertolt, all of them, like he was against them, clearly. So to have this guy and his Beast Titan right there, it's not functioning with my theory of this organization and this place outside of the walls. I have so many series, it's beginning to be hard to remember all of them, you know, each time in intro to be sure that you guys, when you're gonna watch this video with me, this episode with me, you're gonna know why I'm reacting in that way, why I have this thought about things and not another one. It's really hard for me each time to remember everything about everything, all of my series. But you know, since I discovered that Eren and Bertolt were part of these organizations and were clever titans, I didn't know that there was a Colossal and the Armored One. I mean, for the Armored One and Eren, I had some doubts, but I knew that about them. I knew also that Historia, Krista, she was coming from a family like that. Like, I guessed it with distress, you know, this OVA, with some other moments with their weird reactions and all. I was glad to be right about that, but since that moment and this series, I had new series, but none of them for which I can be as sure, you know, and as certain than how I was for them, you know. I'm not sure that I'm clear with that. Like, my new series or my old series that I still have, I'm not as involved, sure of them than how I was for Rainer Bertolt. Oh, and I just want to say something. I want to say that you guys right now, you're discovering the end of the season 4, like my little brother, who is not so little, but you know, he's my little brother. And you know, just after the season 2, finishing it, I had him on my phone, you know, I was calling him. I told him that I just finished the season 2 and that I was really sad and that I cried for Anus's death. My brother was like, Anus? Who is Anus? Really? I took that really like that into my heart. I was like, are you serious? Who is Anus? And after that, you know, after not talking to him anymore, not because of the fact that he did not remember who was Anus, but after that I was like, the fact that he doesn't remember who is Anus and the fact that his death could be really, you know, painful for me to watch and would be such an important moment and would make me cry like that, I was like, maybe in fact after that a lot of other people are gonna die and who are gonna be more important and the scenes are gonna be more emotional. For my little brother, you know, to forget that moment and that character, it hurt me so much, but it also scared me a lot for the future episodes, deaths, you know, for all characters. Okay, let's stop this intro and let's go for this episode 1 of the season 3. Like usually, remember that you have my Patreon, on which we have a lot of advance. I think that it's 5 episodes of advance. Like, I think that I never had so much advance on my Patreon for a show, for an anime. So 5 episodes of advance, it's a lot. With an extended or full action part, I put a lot of full action parts for Attack on Titan, especially for the last episodes of the season 2. I think that for the 5 last episodes, I put the full action part, which is a lot. And if I'm not putting the full action part, I'm putting the extended reaction part, which is already something great, because you know that right now on YouTube I'm forced to cut a lot to keep only 5 seconds of a scene, and sometimes even less, because YouTube is being an asshole with that, and I'm forced to play with opacity and stuff, when even, you know, for the extended reaction part I'm keeping really longer scenes, the entire scene that I want you guys to see, and with the full opacity and stuff like that. So that's advantages that you can find on my Patreon and that I created for you to encourage you to join my Patreon, because right now on YouTube it's rough for little reactors like me, let's be honest with that. So if you have the time and the money, you can join me and you can have all of these advantages and also drawings that I'm making. And if you can't, don't worry, you can subscribe, like, comment, share, that kind of stuff right now on YouTube. Maybe at some point it's gonna help. Let's be honest, for now it doesn't, but maybe at some point it's gonna help. Let's go for this episode 1. I'm excited, I'm not stressed, I'm excited. Like, that's it. How we ended the season 3, normally the beginning of this one is gonna be calmer. No? No people dying for the 2 episodes that I'm gonna watch today. At least, please, give me that. It's the ocean? You never saw the ocean? Eren? You're Eren? We had a time jump? Yes, it's the ocean? Wait, you're gonna discover the ocean during this season? You're gonna go outside of the walls, it means. Nah! You became a control freak about cleaning like Levi? Guys, you... right now, like, we had a time jump? Ah, not that much, though, time jump. Yeah. You are. Hello, Levi. I missed you. Oh, it's not clean. Angie, you mean Angie? Yes, he's not fully himself. You would love that, Levi. What's happening to you, Erwin? But... and he's not ready. But it's not only the fact that he's not ready. He's hurt, like he can't do his Titan anymore. I think he lied. He just wanted to check that she was alive, or he just wanted a reason to go on the front line. Oh, hey, oh! Again? Who is keeping an eye on... Reina and Bertolt? They are still inside? For me, she is Krista. Does she know stuff? Really? I don't trust anything which is coming out of his mouth. What is happening to you? What he did to your family? Really?
いいね。エレンもみんなも辛いだろうけどやりたいことがはっきりしていて、ユミルがいなくなって何をしたいのか分からなかった。ユミルを助けたいんじゃない。
That's what she wanted. Now.
あの時は許せないと思ったし、助けたいとも思ったけど、ユミルは自分の生き方を自分で選んだ。もう私が何かする権利はないし、必要。
Or to judge it. Find your own path, Krista.
自分のことは話したけど、それ以外にこいともしないし、話にも乗ってこないしさ。
We did not hear what she told you.
もうみんなに優しくて、いい子のクリスタはいないの。
Gonna be really yourself.
前は無理して顔作ってる感じで、不自然で正直気持ち悪かったよ。でも、今のお前は別に普通だ。ただのバカ正直普通のやつだ。ユミルのことはまた考えればいい。俺だってあいつにはいろいろ。
How long was the time jump? Like physically you changed, guys? When what you're saying, you know, it's maybe like a 1 month break.
死んだんだよ。肉臭いが殺されたんだ。
So he was telling the truth? They were afraid of him saying too much. They, for me, it's the organization. You know my theory. Nobody. The trash?
人が人を殺したんだ。お前らの出る幕じゃない。なぜ王都の憲兵がこんな最難関のトルストに。お前らのような出がらしと違って使える兵士は今忙しい。
Erwin made the military police came. Think that there is another reason behind that?
握手させてください。ニックはオール教の司祭だったのですか。
You did not know that?
でも私が知る限り彼は椅子職人だったはずです。ここの申請書にもそう書きましたし。おい、話せ。すいません。このやり方にはそれなりの正義と大義があったのかもしれない。
You did to him?
悪党どもは必ず私の友人が受けた以上の苦痛を。
You're accusing them
か
of
わいそうに。
killing
お伝え
him.
ください。失礼します。
Or to be complice of it, no matter what. They're not reacting. They're not mad, they're not surprised.
ニックは中央憲兵に拷問を受け殺されたんだ。
It means that he was saying the truth.
兵舎にいてもらったんだけど、まさか兵士を使って殺しに来るなんて。ニック司祭を拷問してどこまで我々に喋ったか聞こうとしたんですか。
Maybe.
ニックの爪は何枚剥がされていた。見えたんだ。何枚。見えた限りの爪は全部。喋るやつは1枚で喋る。
Which means that he didn't break really easily, or maybe he didn't break at all.
あいつはバカだったと思う。
Same.
自分の信じるものを最後まで曲げることはなかったらしい。俺たちがレイスキを嗅ぎつけたことは明確になっていない。エレミ団長から伝令です。全員撤収だ。ここはステイ。
They discovered where you are? Why are they?
もう少し遅かったら俺たちどうなってたんだ。調査兵団の壁外調査を全面凍結。
What?
エレンとヒストリアを引き渡せってな。
それと
Why?
団長のところにも憲兵団が。
まるで犯罪者扱いじゃないか。
Why that political decision, you know, because it's a political thing. Because the survey corps, they have a lot of answers, a lot of things, they are investigating on things.
とにかく敵はこの2人を狙っていることがはっきりした。こんなところでどついてるのはまずい。
Truly means that this organization, they have powers like political powers, the military, the religious, everywhere. You're gonna fight your own people, like.
ユミルとベルトルトが話していたことで思い出したことがあって。話す時間がなかったんだよ。ここに。
Something that we know. We heard everything that you heard. And even more than that.
それ鍛え方が違うからな、あのチビは。チビなんですか。古いな。
Huh? Why did I think of the OVA about Levi when you
あまり団子になって悪くない。逆に目立つ。
can't connect things?
あ、今日って音声設立記念日じゃん。年に1回の特別配給がある日ですよ。
The survey corps, they are arresting people like Erwin, they are...
さすが王様、気がいいですね。
あるところにはあるってことだ。
They are manipulating people. We're gonna see the king, finally?
一度は6割を切ってしまった。それよりも力とその器だ。急がなければならない。憲兵団は
I'm demanding to see the face of that king since 2 seasons. Hello? Why do you seem familiar? Ah! They kidnapped them so easily? He looked like Dr. Jaeger's brother or something like that, like someone related, I don't know why. What? How dare you? How dare you? Are you freaking kidding me?
急がないとアルミンの変装がバレてしまいます。
Wait, it was Armin and not
どうですか。
Historia?
悪くない。 あれはただの素人だ。なんでそんなのを使ったんだか。
I think that they send the word, you know, to capture them to everyone.
奴らを抑えたらすぐに合流しよう。
了解。
念のために言っておくことがある。アルミンたちに伝えろ。本当にエレンとクリスタで間違いないんだろうな。
Nope.
はい。特徴は一致してます。
Go, 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 Mikasa, go! Oh! I love that badass bitch. You also, Sasha, so much.
道が混んでいる以外異常ありません。ピクシー市営の宿舎まであと少しです。
何か妙だ。中央憲兵が使う手じゃない。
I think that
もし
they
あの馬車を尾行するなら
everyone.
目標を集団でつけるとき。
Or do you think that they sent
いいわ。
stupid
切先ケニーを知ってる。
kidnappers
こ
after
の大量殺
the
人鬼
trap and
憲兵が
the real
100
ones
以上のことを
after?
された。
そいつは言う。すべて本当だ。ガキの頃、奴と暮らした時期が。
こんな時に冗談言うなんて。
not a joke.
そうだ。奴なら平気で素人も使う。今
Oh no! Another of your friend who is losing her head in front of you. And another one.
リヴァイ。大きくなったか
How you are introduced you, you're gonna be an epic villain.
お前はあんまり変わってねえな。
ケニーが
No, no preview, no spoilers, no. Ew. Kenny? No, it's two friends. They died. We saw them dying. So Kenny, it was before that when he was into his town. Kenny, it was not the boy, you know, who had issues with his legs. I'm trying to remember all of the names that we had and all of the people that we discovered into this OVA. Kenny? I don't want to make researches, you know, and to have spoilers, but I just want to check if it was the boy, you know, with issues with the legs. How can I search that without having spoilers? Jan. Okay, it's Jan, it's not... Okay. Okay, it's not that boy. Okay, I don't know. I mean, except for what they said right there, what Levi said and the girl said, except for that, I don't know who you are. But how you were introduced, you're gonna be an amazing villain. Like, you know, it's something with this anime, the fact that for now, the villains of this anime, they were the Titans. All of them, the stupid ones, the abnormal ones, the clever ones. And also this mysterious organization with potential spies and allies everywhere. Like, it was really the enemies. They were the Titans, stupid things just eating and killing us, but they were they, you know, the Titans. And it was also they, the members of this organization, people that we can't determine. So really, since the beginning of this anime, the villains were they, and not, you know, a particular person, a particular thing. Maybe we can consider that it was the case for the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan, but we saw them at the beginning of the season 1, and then nothing during entire episodes to discover at the end of the season 2 that in fact it was Rainier and Bertolt. At the end of it, at the middle of it, and to have everything about it. So, really, for now, we didn't have a face for the villains, we didn't have a particular villain to be scared of, to wait for, you know, each time to search if he was there or not. So it can be great, in fact, to have a particular villain, to have a face for one enemy for this season 3, maybe not all of the rest of the show, but at least for some episodes to have a real face, a real villain. And how they introduced him, how they presented him, he seems to be someone really charismatic, someone also related to the background of Levi, to his past. And Levi is my favorite character, but I'm sure that I'm not the only one. So it's great also to connect that new villain with a character that everyone loves so much, and you know, to make that a part of his story, so it can help the development also of Levi's character, it can make him evolve, we can discover more stuff about that, and it's not a villain coming from nowhere because of that. So that's really a good idea, to have a villain like that for the story, for the anime, for the character of Levi, for also the character of that villain seems interesting and really great. That's gonna be cool. I'm sorry, I didn't understand at first that they captured the wrong Eren and Historia. I really have to concentrate each time that I want to talk about Historia. I have to concentrate and to say Historia and not Krista. For me, still now into my head, she is Krista, so I have to concentrate each time to say Historia. I have to say Historia now, not just because of the fact that the girl is really named like that, but also because she wants to be named like that, because she considers that now she's really herself, because they learned everything about her, and you know, she's not hiding herself anymore, and she's also more herself with her reactions and her feelings. That conversation with Eren was interesting, the fact that he thinks that now she's more honest and that she's not hiding behind a fake smile. So I want to know more about the real girl, so for that I want to name her Historia, when before I was just like, girl, it's demanding me too much effort to concentrate myself to name you like that, so I'm gonna call you Krista no matter what. Now I can see that it's not fair for her, and she is really not Krista, she was Historia, and she was just hiding a lot who she was also, really who she was, her attitude, her feelings, her things, you know, what is making her herself. So okay, I'm gonna name you Historia. The time jump between the season 2 and the season 3, they are giving us the impression that it was a long time, because I have the impression that the characters change, you know, like with how tall they are, but also their face. I have the impression that they took like 1 or 2 years, but you know, the fact that Armin is still talking to Mikasa like that, like you are injured because you fought with the Titans, and what is happening also with Eren and his training to be a Titan and all, like in fact it's just some months, maybe like maximum 6 months, but not more than that. All of our guys that are reunited, they were reunited to help Eren to train. They are the new Levi squad! That's what I wanted since the last Levi squad was killed. Oh, that's so great that it's finally happening. The fact that Eren is becoming to be a control freak about cleaning like Levi, and that they were afraid also of Levi's reaction, you know, discovering that it was not so clean. That's so great. Levi, I love you. But you are still injured, you still have some issues with your leg. Oh, I'm sorry about that. You know how much I love Levi and when he's fighting, so I hope that it's gonna be okay. Erwin was captured, was arrested. They are arresting people and they are banishing, not banishing, but they are like stopping the survey corps. The survey corps doesn't exist anymore. They understood. When I'm saying they, I'm thinking about the political, religious people of this organization deciding stuff from the inside and manipulating the real people inside who can decide stuff. If you don't know the theory that I have about this organization, you can be lost. My theory about that organization, we have people inside and outside. People inside who are deciding stuff into the religious and the political sides, you know, of this town, but also some active agents, some people who can do stuff directly, the people outside. Some of them, you know, they are creating the titans, they are becoming these warriors, and some of them, they are deciding stuff, because it's easier to decide stuff when you are outside than when you are inside. You know, we saw how it happened with Rainer, Bertolt, the fact that knowing our guys, it changed them, they had regrets, you know, about their missions. Like, no regrets, but they were sad about it. It's really something about their mission. You know, I took time to think about it during the editing of the last episodes. It's really like their mission is above everything, and for them, how they are talking about it, it's really like it's justifying the purpose of their mission, not their mission itself, you know, but the purpose of it, the objective of it, why they are making their mission. It's above everything, and it's justifying to kill people, to do things like that. It's making me wonder, because for me the reasons to have all of that organization, it's because of the fact that the stupid titans were there to keep people inside of this world, they didn't want people to go out, and the clever titans, it was to kill some people inside because they had too many of them for not enough resources. So in fact, the titans for me were created to keep humanity alive, like, you know, to be sure that in fact people were going to continue to be alive, to be like that, because for the second reason, the clever titans, they didn't have enough resources, so people would die, and for keeping people inside, it's because of, in my theory, the world outside of these walls is destroyed, you know, by nuclear things and all, like there is nothing outside. We began this episode with Eren, older Eren, like with the hair and with how tall he was clearly older than that, discovering the ocean. You're gonna discover the ocean at some point, my dear? And you were talking about it, about what Armin said about the oceans. I want you to discover the ocean, but it means that outside the world is not destroyed if you can do that. It's against my theory. Is he gonna be all alone, you know, to discover the ocean? No, he's gonna be with his squad, Levi's squad, and they're all gonna discover the ocean. Levi, you're gonna hate the ocean. I'm thinking of that because, you know, people who are control freak about cleaning, I'm a little like that, not that much, but I'm a little like that. You know, beach, it's a good place, it's beautiful and all of that, but all of the sand with like that on your skin, and after that you're taking it with you and it's everywhere, it's into your car, it's into everything, and it's, you know, it's taking time to be clean after that and all. So thinking of that, I was like, Levi, you're gonna hate the ocean. But I want you to see it, and all of them to see it, all of our guys. Can you imagine that? It would be like holiday things, you know. Let's go to the beach. No. I mean, no, it's not gonna be like that, but yes, I want that to happen during this season. If they are presenting us that at the beginning of this season 1, it's gonna happen during this season, or maybe even at the end of the part 1 of this season 3. Oh, it would be so cool. We'll see. Okay, so we had that also during this episode. Why, Eren, do you have trouble like that to transform into a titan? Why suddenly you have some trouble with that? I thought that we were gonna prepare you to be a titan who can control the other titans. Now you'll need to be trained to be a clever titan. Like, I have the impression that we're back to months ago. I was really saying something so French right now, like pas sorti de l'auberge, hein? The translation of that in English, it's not gonna work because it's really a French expression. I really think so. It's something like, if we are at this point, we are not progressing fast, like really, we're gonna need a lot of steps before really progressing, before finishing stuff and all, like, on n'est pas rendu. If he needs to learn again how to be a titan, like, he's gonna learn how to control titans during the last episode of the season 3. If he's not kidnapped before that. They want to kidnap, I mean, they are doing all of that with the Survey Corps, with Erwin. They want to have Historia and Eren because they want to stop the Survey Corps. They don't want people to discover the truth about the worlds, about the titans, like all of what our guys they discovered with Rainer and Bertolt and with also Historia. They want to stop that. This organization who is inside, but also, in fact, I think political and religious people inside who are not members of this organization, people who don't know the real truth, but who have still some lies involved into that, and they want to keep them. Do you understand what I mean? I think that not all of the people who are deciding that are in fact a part of this organization. I think that some of them, they really want to keep things as a secret, even if it's not, you know, made for that. That king, why did I think that he looked like Dr. Yeager? It was the chin, really just the chin, because the hair, it was not the same, he had a beard, but yes, the chin made me think that it could be like Dr. Yeager brother or something like that. But how he was, you know, on this thing, he was really like, I'm thinking. But, you know, I'm thinking like I'm a little annoyed, like, he was not really there, at least. Maybe he was not annoyed, but he, you know, was not really there, he was thinking about something else. Maybe he was thinking of the big picture. Maybe he's a member of this organization and he was just trying to make things work also for this organization. Really, I had the impression that the guy was not there, not really. He was thinking of stuff, he was... Why am I picturing him doing like that? Maybe because I'm focused on his chin and the fact that he looked like Dr. Yeager. Oh, and we saw Historia dad. Not that interesting, but we saw him. It took us really 2 seasons to finally see the king. It means that he's really someone important for the story. I mean, of course he's someone important for the story. He is a king, so he's deciding a lot of stuff into this anime. But it's really something important for the story also, how he is, who he is. And I think that it's gonna take more place for this season. The fact that we saw him, it's saying that the political aspect of the anime is gonna take more place. The fact that people can take all of these decisions, the fact that it's related to the organization, it's gonna take more place. Kanye wants to have his revenge against the Beast Titan. I really hope, my dear, that at some point you're gonna have it. Really. Because even if the Beast Titan for me is against this organization, still it transformed all of these people to make them titans, to use them. So still, it's really bad and we're against also the Beast Titan. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now and I'm gonna watch one more episode today, the episode 2. That's gonna be cool. For you, it's gonna be on another day, or it's already on my Patreon if you're watching this on YouTube, if you can be interested. So it's all for you for today and it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.